Alright. Hello, people. How are ya? Playing a test sound quick. Hmm. Well, I guess we'll see if the sounds are working when other people jump on or not. So, alright. Well, welcome back to my stream. We're going to keep working on the Rebel Troopers. Looked up some skin tones for them. Hello! Is the sound working just good, or is it alright?
Moist.
Alright, there's Deep Moist. Hello, Kiko. Fancy meeting you here. I need to aim this fan more at me. How's everyone doing tonight? Alright, sweet. Okay, so I have a nice... Alright, there we go. Have a nice little palette worked up for all of the additional colors for the Rebels skins, which is going to be the main focus of tonight. So we'll get working on that as soon as I take all these guys. Well, actually, leave him on there. You've been done for a while. You get to stand on the ground with the rest of them. Good, yeah, and it was good hanging out with you, bud. Really good. It was really good hanging out with you, so... Why? What was the ad that played? Because if you guys want, I could actually like disable ads. It adds a little bit of revenue for me, but honestly, I haven't seen anything yet. But then again, they pay in $100 increments on Twitch. So if they're super annoying, I could disable them, or I think I have them set to 30 seconds. Or are you just in generally angry? Okay. Well, hopefully there's some ads for Dune, since I talk about Dune so much. Alright, so we will start on this duder. Yep, there's his hand too. Alright. So, what I'm going to start with on, let's see, because I looked up the Ishtib. I'm going to start with Warpstone Glow. Well, he sang the Doom song, not Dune. So, but yes, I get where you're going. Okay, let's just get this. Yep, awkward stare alert. See, I'm not going to go too overboard with some layering. I'm going to use this Warpstone Glow, and I might do a highlight of this Sherwood Forest from scale 75.
Hello there.
Oh, hey, Ty. Yes. Actually, what's off to the side here is my wet palette from Army Painter, because they actually most stores have them, and they sell the replacement sheets and sponges at the stores. It was kind of like the stipulation of carrying them. Yes, it's a slightly moist palette, not wet palette. So yeah, I have all the colors planned out for all the aliens tonight. And we'll see where we get with everything else. How you doing this morning, Ty? Or evening, God. No, since I have the girls and I have birthday plans for my youngest, definitely not. And I wonder if a wild Michael Mordor will appear or not, or if some of the issues he was having earlier today kept him up way too late and he's finally getting some sleep. He has IBS. So one might say, shit happens. Oh, how's Venom 2? I've heard it's good, and to see it possibly before... oh, thank you for the bits. To possibly see it before seeing Into the Spider-Verse. Or the Multiverse of Madness, I should say. So I'm trying to get some of these under parts too, under like the collar and whatnot. But I'm not gonna go too nuts because you really won't see it unless you know what you're looking for. Okay. But it's still those Easter eggs that can tie everything together, right? At least there's more of a payoff than the DC movies with their Easter eggs. Rather than, oh hey, that was neat, they won't do anything with that. Which, I know. Shots fired, but... but I'll steal from that one meme, don't boo me, I'm right. I probably should have plugged that in this morning. Oh well. Okay, so I'm doing a little bit of the Sherwood green, and I might mix it up a little bit with the Warpstone glow. just a little bit of a... True enough. Yeah, that is one thing. Yeah, Kiko, since you're starting to paint a little bit, a good rule to go with is hold it out at arm's length. Does it look good there? Then you're good. Rather than going down some of these detailed madness, wormholes of miniature painting. Yeah, I'd reckon it does. In most cases, yeah. Yeah, DC, like, they tried so hard to play catch up with Marvel that they ended up just kind of falling flat at their own start line. Oh yeah, Aquaman was a gem of a movie, and so was the first Wonder Woman, in my opinion. Like, if they would have kept making movies similar to those veins. Well, yeah, but again, Marvel paved the way, which I will say first with Blade, because that was a R-rated comic book movie, and then most recently with both Deadpool and Logan, that kind of reaffirmed that yes, you can make an R-rated movie and you still will make money off of it. I saw the femme propaganda new OE as... Yeah, I mean, yeah, I own Wonder Woman and I own Aquaman. And actually, I enjoyed Shazam, too. Shazam was fun. I'll say that much. Oh yeah, Spawn was an R-rated comic book movie, but that... Yeah, that was Dark Horse, though. Which, yeah, I know, potato at that point. But, yeah. Anyways, here's how this guy's looking so far. I'll let this dry, and I will probably just do a wash on that and call it good. So now I will move to this guy, who their race is pretty much all just basic flesh tones. So which one? The first one or the second one? And honestly, I really don't think so for either of them. No, I don't think so for the second one. Yeah, that was a good one. It was a bold choice, too, to have him abandoned by his mother. Which one? In... Hey, Mogadit. Thanks for swinging by, bud. Well, yeah, you're entitled to your opinion. I'm not saying you're wrong. It's just... I didn't see it that way. Yeah. Well, what time zone are you in, Mogadit? Are you here in the U.S. or are you in you across the pond, as it were? Oh yeah, Shazam was with him being abandoned by his mother. Yeah, that was a good twist there on that whole plot. Oh, okay. Yeah, so see, there's a place where I am on in the afternoon for people. I figured quarter to two. So I will say good afternoon to you then, Mogadit. Definitely gonna have to do a second coat there. Yeah, they're called grands. It's like you're saying grand, but you leave the D off. Okay. Save her for last because I have an interesting color palette for her. Now for the Ithorian. No, it was only a stream ago. It just feels like it was longer because it was Wednesday. Yeah, I remembered that scene. Yeah, that they're from Malastare. Yeah, and Kiko wasn't even here for Wednesday's stream when I left seam lines on there to trim off. Then he wasn't here. I figured it was something like that. But I had to actually give you crap on stream rather than I could have in person when I saw you. Oh yeah, I forgot to paint the Grand's feet. Yeah, weird thing about some of these species that they don't wear shoes. That's alright. It's just fun teasing you, bud. Because I don't ever do that. I don't ever tease my friends or people that I like. Well, not with that attitude, Kiko. There's no way they could make shoes, sure. Can't never did anything. Why, just because you were always on the beach, Warboy? Okay. Yeah, because I figured for whenever you were training, you probably weren't wearing shoes, but... Okay. It actually might do... Yeah, shoes are nice for when there's broken glass and feces around. I will not argue that point. Making this just a little bit of a different shade, since that's how it looks on a lot of them. Okay. How much snow did you get? Alright, now for this chickadee, her race is called a Thielen. Basically one of the new dancing girls from Jabba's Palace in the special edition. Actually, here, let's see. There you go. I'm sure you recognize her from the special editions, one of the dancer girls. Anyways, okay, the main brush that I'm using right now, it's Citadel's STC brush, and it actually starts out white, but no matter how much you clean it, it will just turn colors. So yeah, so for this girl, I'm going to use this lovely sounding color, Toxic Boils, for her skin. And then for her hair, I'm going to do a Warlord Purple. and then I'll just give it all a probably a purple wash and call that good. Yeah, and I mean, well, like this poor brush. Like here's actually, I think this is the, or no, that's a regiment. I had another character brush somewhere. Yeah, this poor brush is like just wore down. Like bristles have come off because from cleaning and everything. So, yeah, actually, wait. Yeah, these are the same brush. And I'm trying to hold them even. And look at how much shorter the bristles are on this one from use. Yeah, Army Painter dry brushes. Yeah, most of my dry brushes have changed color, and it's difficult to kind of clean them off too. Oh yeah, it's definitely like I was just using it for some basing work just now. So, this light more right here. So I'm actually gonna block in because a lot of the like little head spikies are the same color. Yeah, that one's... Yeah, I will. I mean, it'll be good to... It's good now, really, for fetching from the pot when I want to put stuff on the wet palette. Doing just rough application, like Mogadit said. Yeah, and another race without damn shoes. Yeah, like... Oh, yeah. Here's a tragic... Well, tragic yet still heartwarming one. This was one of the first brushes I had. Came with the Citadel small dry brush. And, yeah, it has seen a lot of work. I've actually had to glue this part back on. And, yeah. And obviously, as you can see, with all the pink and purple on it, it's the one I let my daughters use when they decide they want to try and paint some minis with Daddy. And that was back when I was painting like the Lord of the Rings models too for a time frame. So it has seen a lot of paint go on it and been slapped onto other miniatures. And yes, I'll say some of it was slapped, some of it was not. How are dry brush and wet brush different? I understand. One for wet things and one for dry things. But the physical brush is what I mean. Let me finish applying this paint. It looks like being a shoe seller in the Star Wars universe. Could be a tough job. Yeah, unless you're on a human world, apparently. Because, yeah, even the Mon Calamari have their feet out. The Wookiees are just naked. Yeah, so it's basically humans and some of the humanoid species are the only ones that actually wear shoes in this universe. Yeah, like, I'd heard one rule of thumb, like if, again with the Star Wars universe, Okay, so, I'll show you. Do a quick little, so here's normal brushes that I would use. Get these on here. This one is for obviously more detail work. This one is more for basing work, or just for like getting paint on the miniature, and where I don't need to worry too much about a lot of control. Now, dry brushes, which you've seen me dry brush before, there's varying degrees of control you'd want. Here is the small dry brush from Citadel, and you can see how it's just kind of a flat, almost roundish tip. And actually I have some other dry brushes that I'll show you as well. And here's two more from Citadel. You can see they're kind of wide, flat, and they're really good for like just going like that and catching the raised details of areas. Now, some people have discovered that makeup brushes work really good as dry brushes. So, I got the new Army Painter set of these dry brushes, where yes, they look a lot like makeup brushes. I think Delay Capture will agree, and anybody else who has a wife will agree. These look a lot like makeup brushes, and they're actually really soft too. And as you can see, they're actually rounded too. And as you can see, I've used these two. I haven't used this one yet, but the paint's still in there. I've dried them, I've cleaned them, but you know, unless I actually take actual brush cleaner to them, they won't, and even then they still won't lose this color at this point. I seem to end up using flat brushes for dry brushing too. Yeah, and a lot of Citadel's dry brushes were flat ones as well. Army Painter made these. They're actually really nice to work with, especially over like some larger areas. Works really nice. So I would say get them if you want. Yeah, because these are the Masterclass Mighty Dry Brushes. Or yeah, Mighty Dry Brush, Moderate Dry Brush, and Miniature Dry Brush. Usually when I do is eye makeup, I run. Yeah, because I need to sit in a chair and look beautiful. I need to look cute before my stream. So yeah, that's the difference between regular brushes and dry brushes. If that helps at all, Warboy. Yeah, delay. I don't know how long of a delay it is for you guys. I'm guessing it's probably about 30 seconds or something like that. Not that I'm complaining, but I know there always is a delay whenever I'm going to be streaming. It's just the nature of the beast. Depends on what I want to do with those flesh tones. Like for this, didn't do any dry brushing. Pulls off a fantastic cat eye. Yeah, sure. For our production of Nightman, I am Mac when I'm the Nightman. I have cat eyes in. Sometimes I dry brush flesh tones. Other times, like with this guy, this was not dry brushing. This was all blending, which I need to get back to finish him at some point. Yes, sometimes I dry brush, sometimes I don't. Well, for me it would be Kung Fu, but yes, then I would do that across the stage. Then, of course, I would have to pay the troll toll.
Moist.
Oh, God. That whole episode of It's Always Sunny is just comedy gold. Gotta pay the troll toll. You want to get in that boy's hole? You gotta. No, Frank, it's boy's soul. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, no, no. No, you're not saying boy's soul. You're saying boy's hole. Yeah? No, I'm not. All right. Well, I'll sing it right for the play. Yeah, Kung Fu Theater was always fun to watch, especially with the right crowd. Right, Warboy? Especially like the first time I saw the 21st Chamber of Shaolin with my Kung Fu group. That was just fun to watch that way. Was that the first Raid or was that the second Raid movie? Yeah, that one was nuts. Loved it. Loved the stunt work on that. Loved how just brutal the fights were. Yeah, and yeah, the Indonesian one. That's exactly the one I'm talking about, too. Yeah, that whole stunt group was pretty badass. Yeah, very real choreography. And actually, the cast from Raid was actually in The Force Awakens too. They were Kanja Club, the one of the groups that Solo owed money to. Okay, and this is one thing I'm noticing, like with this wooden leather set from, which is what color I'm using for this Ithorian. It has a very, 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 very matte finish. Like, it almost looks like dry and like it's gonna chip off. Oh yeah, but as I was saying too, it seems like there's two rules for a while with Star Wars characters. If you didn't see a height, assume it was short, or like back in the day they just said assume it's a midget. And now I'm just saying if you don't see their feet, assume they're barefoot, or assume they're barefoot. Okay, now for her hair. Oh wow, we're already at 40 minutes. Wow, thanks for making the time fly by, guys. Look, you want dewbacks in shoes? Well, they weren't in shoes. At least the two models that I've had of them. Yeah, because Gungans didn't wear shoes either. Yeah, I know. Well, it's literally right here, so... All aliens have kills on the soles of their feet. Ugh. Hey, Sojan. Well, nice of you to swing by still, nonetheless. I appreciate it. Crank up those numbers. Okay. Maybe, but it vibrates a lot, so... I don't know, is it really distracting when I'm, shaking up the paints? Alright. And... okay, that's an ink. Oh no, that's a washing. Nah. I will probably stick with Old Reliable of, Bale Tan Green. Yeah, the stare helps. Look into my eyes and you won't see the camera shake. And if you do, heresy. Alright, you know what? Use this one for washing this. It does, especially on some paints. Especially, yeah, some of the contrast paints suck having to shake by hand because they separate so bad. Yeah, that does help with some too, but even then, still getting a shaker does help. Yeah, I could cut a small square mat or something like that. Or you all could just man up and fucking deal with it. Okay, now on this guy, let's see. Especially you, Sojan. God. Man up. Yeah, I'm sure your wife does have a pile of foam somewhere. The green wash or the green paint? Kiko. Okay, the green paints I used was Warpstone Glow, and then I did a little mix of Sherwood Green into this. Here, I'll actually show you on the palette. So, yeah, did the Warpstone Glow, did a little bit of Sherwood Green, and mixed it together, and then put it on there, and then when you wash over it, it kind of evens it all out. Ah, see, I snuck in a little bit of layering there. Okay, so for this guy, since it's all just flesh tones, we will use Old Reliable Reikland Flesh Shade. And hopefully I let this paint dry long enough so it doesn't just start pulling it away from the raised areas. I do have a fan blowing on me, so that should help it some. Read well for my phone. What's that bit in the upper right? Where am I? Oh, because you tipped bits. So I have like a ticker that shows people that have supported me. I'm just trying to help with those who don't stare to soothe their souls. All right. Wait a minute. Do Grands have 1, 2, 3? They have 7 fingers? So I thought there was an obstinate amount of knuckles. Let's see. 1, 2, 2, 3. They have like 6 fingers and a thumb. Yeah, because like my brain was going, there's too many knuckles here. It's late and you don't word good anyways. Yeah, we know you don't word good, Warboy. You word good as best as you can. Okay, and you know what? I'm just going to continue using Reikland Flesh Shade on this just to see how it turns out. So we'll kind of give it a little bit of a reddish tint. And normally I've tried to get to the point where I do the eyes beforehand, which I should have on her, which maybe I will quick before I do anything else so I can fix it up. Oh yeah, the Reikland Flesh Shade on this looks really good. Gives it that right amount of chutzpah. All right, Mogadit. I tip my hat to you. No, he fucking stays. Oh, okay, that. Oh. Yeah, +10 internets for you, Mogadit. Oh God. Okay, that was a that was a good one. Quick thinking on your feet there. 10 points Mogadit. Well, I hope it was from laughing so hard at Mogadit's dad joke. At his dad Star Wars joke. It's like 3 layers right there. Well, that's just alcohol abuse on your part. Okay, well, let me take a look. What? Yeah. Day has human eyes. So. But maybe I'll go with more of an off-white. Yeah, let's go with Corax white. Okay. Oh yeah, you do for the hurt babies comment. When he was trying to say that hut babies look cute, he his phone auto corrected it to hurt babies, which of course I kind of gave a little bit of side eye to that. Yeah, it took a second for my brain to catch that was actually a pun, but then once it did, well, you saw the results. See, here, like Kiko, here's the lessons for you. I'm doing the eyes now because, yes, I will do a wash over the skin, but when you look at eyes from a distance, they are recessed and they are shadowed. And plus, then here, if I mess up doing the white, like I just did there a little bit, I can come back and fix it and tighten it up with the skin tone ahead of time, or since I still have it on my palette and it's still wet. Or, as one might say, it's still moist. So, yeah, let's see how well that shows up.
Moist.
I did when Michael got me with something about a month ago or something. I know I was putting together the Shore Troopers, and yeah, he got me. Autocorrect is run by evil goblins, and since since most of us are goblins of Michael Mordor, we know just how mischievous those little turds can be. And you know what? While I'm at it, I will add just a little bit of a pupil there. Yeah, we'll just go with that. Black with Abaddon black. Kiko? Oh, hey, and let's close the lid all the way to my Reichland Flesh Shade so that doesn't just spill. Yeah, evil illiterate goblins. Well, is there really a literate goblin anywhere? Okay, and hey, here, another teaching moment here. See all this crap right here on this? I'll take a tool like this, or sometimes it was just a toothpick back in the day, and I'll pick it away and then just throw it away so that way, yeah, acting Captain Scrum. Yeah, and this actually kind of thinned that out a little bit, dried it out. But yeah, all, you know, like take a toothpick, or like this is actually like a green stuff sculpting tool. But for these, I'll actually scrape this out and then pick out that, and that actually ruins the seal on these. So it's a good housekeeping tip to kind of occasionally just kind of look at your Citadel pots and clean it out that way. Oh, does it do it add stuff randomly throughout the stream? Or is it just when you exit and come back? Okay, and here I'm making sure it's loaded enough, but not too much. Okay. Actually, I see a little bit I want to take care of. Alright, there we go. Okay. It's time to try and not make her look cross-eyed. Alright, thanks for swinging by, Mogadit. Thanks for the good laugh. Catch you later, bud. Okay, so let's see. Come on, focus. And there's how the eyes turned out. Say they turned out pretty good. And later, Mogadit. And actually, I don't think I have to. Well, here. Let's go in for a closer look. Sorry if I'm bumping the camera with the magnifying glass, but maybe just a little bit of tightening up. But not much at all. That way that black line isn't quite as visible. Yeah, no derp at all. So yeah, I was of the school of doing eyes last. But now, after going to a few classes and see how a few other people do things, I'm of the mindset of doing eyes midway through the face. So, when you have at least like your base tones down and maybe even a highlight, you can go back and do the eyes, and that way if you mess them up, you can touch them up. And that way the rest of your layers can be done without you worrying about doing the eyes. So, take it for what it is. That's my couple of cent. Oh shit, and we're at an hour too already, so this is all Doctor Reflection things. Well, let me touch this up. And then, yeah, since that paint's not dry, I won't be able to do the purple wash, but I'll show you guys the effects next time. Which I'll get more of the camouflage and other stuff done before the next stream, because I would like to finish them on the next stream. And then, yeah, honestly, the Death Troopers are next, and they should be pretty dang easy to get done. Plus, I'll have a few nights without the kiddos to where I can just sit and work. Alright, besides yellow, what's the hardest color to paint and get even washed correctly? White, and especially if you're trying to shade it, because if you, and even when you're trying to layer it, because if you have the recesses too dark, it looks gray. So yeah, whites can be quite difficult, because if you don't do them right while you're shading, they look like a gray rather than stay as a white. Otherwise, any other color, yeah, aside from yellow, have been easy enough to work with, if that makes any sense. Orange can be a bit wonky. It's kind of an offshoot of yellow, but honestly, like if you have a lighter base, or no, not a lighter base, like a light brown base, working with orange helps. Or like when I was doing the Overgourd, using this orange, which is kind of a brownish orange, works great for a base layer, and then you can work up from there. Yeah, white can be tricky, especially if you're trying to layer it and or shade it. Yeah, you need to do that. Yeah, because I'm not going to be painting that giant marine yellow for Dabo. But, alright. Yeah, see, I've already ran. They were kind of a pain, but not... I didn't make them a pain. I made them easy. Did a little bit of lining and used, honestly, like this Corax white and then another white, because they're actually fairly close to each other in color and temperament. So I made them as easy as I possibly could, aside from having to line them, because they looked awesome once I lined them. Ugh. But anyways, any other questions or comments, debates, grammatical errors from Warboy that we need to discuss? I'll take a drink while you talk amongst yourselves. Yeah, well, and thanks for being here to help discuss stuff, guys, and ask questions, because it's nice knowing that, and you still do love me, Warboy. Yeah, it's nice kind of discussing some of this stuff with you guys, because I know you're at least interested in it. And yeah, helps the stream go by faster. Well, just sleep on it, Warboy. So, alright, well, thank you everybody for, yeah, well, and it's nice giving that information aspect, and actually knowing that you're painting now more, Kiko. I like to give these little tips as I come along with them. No, that's fine. I'll just keep texting you too, Sojan. I seriously don't mind doing that too. Or, for Twitch, have Twitch on your phone and put push notifications for when I go live. So, yeah, and honestly, yeah, and if you have a Prime membership, you guys can link that to Twitch, and you can sub to me if you want. I'm trying to still work out what sub rewards I want to have. And thank you for lurking, Ty, and talking too. I appreciate it. It's always good having another fellow goblin here. So, alright, and now this time, I will say goodbye this time, and just remember to keep painting.